Good morning. I'm really finding myself at the door of my 30s and I'm like, I don't have a career. Tried to make sure that initially my plan was to release them for June. The one part of turning 30 that really makes me feel a bit down is my career. I feel like I haven't really achieved anything with my life. Good morning. Today is, I do have a lot of alarms in the morning because I'm so nervous I'm gonna miss one. Today is actually Tuesday, but I'm gonna treat today as a Monday because yesterday was a bank holiday. So there's a lot I need to do and I thought I would take you along on a work day, working for myself, setting up my business, working from home. In the morning, I do have to take care of Oliver before he goes to daycare. So I do usually wake up at around 6:30 and now it's 6:45 and I just like to prepare everything before I go get him because he doesn't usually wake up before 7. So I take a little bit of time and I prepare his bag for daycare, which is so damn cute. And then I prepare his bottle and I quickly set everything, like get everything ready for my breakfast because I usually have to be a bit quick. So we're gonna do that before we go pick him up.
I used to love having slow mornings so that I would get ready for the day mentally and physically, and I cannot do that anymore. And I have to say, I do miss those. However, I've also noticed that having to be go, go, go from the get-go as soon as I wake up really also helps me to be more motivated and energized straight as I wake up. And having Oliver means that I'm usually upbeat, I'm usually in a good mood because I see him, is really cute. And so it kind of helps me with my mood overall, I've noticed. But also having him talk to me most mornings is the funniest thing ever.
Ça va? T'as fait un gros dodo? Oliver is at daycare. I didn't really film anything because this morning was so hectic in the sense that it's usually a bit busy and quick in the morning, but this morning he decided to do like a big blowout and I had to change his entire outfit, meaning that we were a little bit late. Thankfully, the nanny is in like walking distance, so I just have to hurry up a little bit more, but I'm sweating a little bit and today was not supposed to be a hair wash day, but I'm thinking that with a workout, I'm going to need to wash my hair. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do a quick tidy of the apartment, especially like the kitchen living room area because I hate when there's a lot of stuff everywhere because I work from right here. So if there's like a little bit of mess everywhere, it just kind of annoys me a little bit. And then I'll do my morning workout. I try to do that in the morning whenever Oliver's at daycare because it does really make me feel better throughout the day, and it's great for me when I leave him at daycare because I feel a bit weird usually afterwards. Showered. I need to do my makeup for a little bit. Oh my god, I look so weird. I'm gonna put on my SPF first. I put on a dress and I feel so like overdressed for working from home. It's a regular skirt that I would have wanted, but I did a lot of things that I wanted to do. I'm very happy with that, so I'll get ready very quickly. And then I think I'll do some journaling because I feel like I'm all over the place. We came back from vacation 3-4 days ago and I haven't really sat at my desk in like 10 days and I haven't really journaled that much. So I kind of want to do a big dump of what I have in my mind before I start work. It'll make me feel a bit more clear-headed. my hair is drying and it's drying a bit weird, like it wasn't as wet as it needed to be to look better, but it's fine. Okay, so I've done my journaling and it was really nice to put everything on page. And like I've mentioned in my May goals video, I think it's really helpful for me to kind of journal to unload my brain, because ever since becoming a parent, it's been so much busier in my mind. Like I used to be someone who was pretty on top of her to-do list, and whenever I would think of something, I would remember it a bit later, but now that doesn't happen. Like now, usually I will have a thought and then so many more will keep on coming and I'll forget what I was thinking about. But I found that when I'm journaling, it really helps me to unload any kind of unnecessary thought. Then I feel like I focus so much better and I remember things that I have to do so much more clearly. So really happy that I did that. Like I mentioned, we were on vacation for nearly 2 weeks. It also means that my to-do list is pretty long. So I'm going to try to make sure that I don't overload my to-do list for today, because I'm looking at what I wrote down and I feel like it's a bit much already. So we are going to look at things that I've already done. I did get Oliver ready for daycare. I did my workout. I did my shower and get ready. I cleaned and I vacuumed, and I do need to fold the laundry. So that's done. Just going to add the colors because I do have kind of a color coding situation. One thing that I need to do for my personal life is I need to email the stadium where we are going to for the Eras tour, because we are having a little bit of an issue with our tickets. We noticed after getting them that we got 2 sets of 2 tickets that are on opposite sides of the stadium. It was really difficult to also get a map of the stadium, so it means that my sister and I would be on one side and the other 2 tickets are on the other side. I'm going to try to find an email that I can write to for information regarding that. I do need to order my makeup for the wedding because I'm going to do my makeup myself, and there's an offer right now on Sephora, which is a bit annoying because there's always like this thing, red dot, that make it impossible for you to get price reductions on certain items, which is really annoying. But anyways, I found my outfit for the Eras tour. I ordered it. It was such a hassle. I want to order earplugs for the concert, but are also for everyday life, because I'm so noise sensitive, and it's been so much worse since having Oliver, because he's a baby, you know, like he's learned to scream and make very high-pitched sounds. And I know that the loop earplugs have a switch, one that enables you to kind of switch for different things, and I found that it looks so great. I've also seen so many influencers promoting them, and they seem to really like them, so I'm gonna try them out. I would love to work on my business product that I'm not really talking about very much, but basically I'm going to open up a Patreon, which I'm so excited for, and I'm going to do like 2 or 3 sets of monthly subscription. But I also want to release product for like a one-time payment. I do want to finish a few versions of them so that I can send them to a few friends so that they can try them out before I put them on the platform. Initially, my plan was to release them for June, but honestly, I don't think that's going to happen because we're very close to June right now, and I'm not comfortable selling things that I'm not 100% proud of. So maybe I will need to rework the selling times. Maybe I'll push them back to September. I don't really know. And with the wedding, it's very difficult. Also, I'm going to be giving my mom lessons, tech lessons and English lessons, but English it's more for her to be more comfortable, I would say. She's really good with English. Like that's why my sister and I are able to have this kind of level. It's really thanks to her, but she's not really self-confident and she really overthinks a lot of things. But also she doesn't really practice her English. Like my sister is an English teacher and I do 100% of my content in English. I don't know, it comes very naturally to me to speak in English most of the time. Even my journaling, I journal in English, which is kind of weird. So I need to prepare lessons that I will be giving to her. Like for tech, she gave me a few pointers. She wants to get better at Excel, Google Sheet. She wants to be better at PowerPoint and being able to give presentations and stuff. Also, I need to book a scan. There was something else I needed to do. I need to see. Oh yeah, I wanted to kind of redo my wedding checklist. Because it's a bit all over the place, we were able to get a few things like kind of sorted out when we were at my parents', but we talked about all the things that we need to get done with my partner yesterday, and there's quite a lot to be done still. I think I'll do more of an update in my next vlog. I don't want to kind of overdo it for today. I will start with booking my scan, email the stadium. I'll see for, oh, I do also want to do a little bit of budgeting. Like I need to redo my budget. That's also a document that I will be releasing for a one-time payment because I'm really big on budgeting. I'm really big on being on top of your expenses and everything, but I am still working on the document, so I can't really show you that. So I'll start with that, and then I will do all of my business work, I think, this morning.
Even though we're doing a very small wedding, I found that it's been taking so much of my time and of our time during the weekend planning for things, and I didn't think that would happen because we're doing something so freaking small, and it's been quite frustrated some mornings having to deal with paperwork or organization and stuff when it's my time to work, but I can't really do that because there are so many things to do and I can't do them when Oliver's here. But I've been really trying to work on that, on managing my frustration over when things have to get done and I can't do anything about it.
I'm going to make myself some lunch now. It's a bit later than I would have wanted in the sense that I try to eat a bit earlier because I am at my most productive in the afternoon. If I eat late, then it kind of pushes everything. For lunch, I'm going to have quite an easy lunch because I have leftover green beans, leftover rice, and I'm just going to make myself a burger. Before I go back to work, I'm going to fold the laundry. And whilst I'm doing this, I wanted to talk about basically I'm turning 30 in 3 months and I'm feeling pretty weird about it. Not because of the age thing, because I actually don't really mind turning 30. It's weird because I think as a society we put a lot of pressure on our 20s having to be amazing years, and so when you turn 30 you feel like, okay, so now it's downhill from here. And I don't really think that's actually accurate because I think your 20s are a bit messy and you're discovering a lot of things. You are becoming the first version of yourself as an adult, and then you're just growing and discovering more about who you are. But I don't know, I just think there is so much pressure and idealization on your 20s having to be incredible, amazing, and perfect years. I don't really feel that way. I just think as you grow, you get more confident, you get happier, you mind a bit less what other people think. I think for me, the one part of turning 30 that really makes me feel a bit down is my career, because in my mind when I was growing up, I really thought that by 30 I would have a career, but it really hasn't been that way for me. I think the biggest thing has been that I've never truly be sure of what I want to do with my life in terms of a job, and whatever I thought I would want or enjoy, it hasn't really been what I've been looking for. And I think it was also, as I mentioned, I think in your 20s you really discover who you are, and for me there were a lot of aspects of my personality that I came to terms with or I discovered about myself in my 20s. The jobs that I did in my 20s, I had 2 different jobs, were really not for me. They were not making me happy. One was a really toxic work environment. The other one I applied for because I had done my master's internship there, and as much as I loved my coworkers, I didn't really feel that it was for me. It was a lot of admin work, and I don't like admin work when it's mostly like just that. It wasn't really creative, and I knew I wanted to do something creative. And then when I applied for the next few jobs, I was really in my head about it. I tried to get something in marketing, but in marketing they ask for like something ridiculous, 5 to 7 years of experience, but it's silly because you can never get that if no one allows you to get a first opportunity. So you know, it was all a bit confusing. I just thought, you know what, I'm never going to be able to get a job that I like that is going to be in something that I love, because I did 6 years of further education. I have a master's degree, but I never studied anything like specific, and I think that's what a lot of companies want, especially in France. And so I'm really finding myself at the door of my 30s, and I'm like, I don't have a career. I do feel a bit down because I feel like I'm not, it's gonna sound so silly, but bear with me. I've always pictured adults having a steady job and going to work every day and you know, like that steady thing, but it's not really realistic now in 2024 to think about it that way, because jobs really don't look like this anymore. And I love that, because I feel like the boomer generation really tolerated a lot of either like not being happy in your job and being fine with it and not changing jobs because that would look bad, or toxic work environment, or you know, like just staying for comfort, which is fine if that's okay with you. But I think as a generation now, millennials and Gen Z and I can't remember the name of the newest one, we're not really up for that. We don't really want that, and I think that's great. I still feel the pressure of the previous generations on me and as society, and I've talked about it with friends before, and they were like, yeah, but you have other aspects of life that we don't. I've been in a relationship with my partner for 14 years nearly. We are getting married, we have a baby. My private life, if I see it in a different way, I have something that other people would want. Like some people may have a career and don't have a partner or a family, and they would love one. So I try to really go about it with gratefulness and just think like, you know what, I have this and it's amazing, and if I had made different choices, I wouldn't have the life that I have right now. Seeing it that way makes me feel a bit better. But there are times when I feel as, I don't know how to word it honestly, but I feel like I haven't really achieved anything with my life, which sounds really silly because it puts a lot of interest on work and on a job, when actually in life we shouldn't really worry too much about it, because it's just like not that important. We work to live, not live to work. At least that's how we should go about it. And if you have a job that you love and you thoroughly enjoy, that brings you money but also makes you happy, fantastic. That's actually great. That's the goal. That's really something that I would love to have, but I'm working slowly towards it. But I'm really dealing with a lot of anxiety, but also fear that I'm going to fail, imposter syndrome. I doubt myself a lot. It's a lot of things going on in my mind, but yeah, it's not easy at all to think that way, to think I'm turning 30 and I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. It is what it is. I'm working on it. I made myself a little coffee because I'm definitely feeling my afternoon slump. Still have quite a lot to get done. I have about 3 hours until Oliver gets back home, so I need to do as much as I can. What I have to do this afternoon, I want to work on my Patreon. I would like to work, okay, so I'm doing a monthly goals planner on Notion. I have one already, and I want to rework what it looks like because I would love to offer it for you as a free release. I love doing that video, and I really think it's going to be so good for me to do that every month. So I want you guys to have an option to get it so that we can do it together. And I also want to work on my to-do sheet. So I've been doing that for a couple months, I think. The only thing that I have is that I'm doing it as kind of a print version, and I'm thinking, one, will you guys really print them every day? If you do one every day, I could do 2 versions. I could do a week version and a day version. Could do that. You could file it in on your iPad or something. I need to work on draft 2 of this one and think about when I want to release them. As I mentioned, I wanted to release everything in June, but I don't think it's really realistic. I've done quite a few things on like admin stuff, so I'm really happy about that. I sent the email to the stadium, so I'm waiting on that. But also I posted something on the Facebook group of the concert about like exchanging seats and stuff, so we'll see if I get approved for it to be posted posted on the group. But yeah, so far I'm feeling pretty happy with how today's going. I was really nervous about being alone for the first time in nearly 2 weeks. I'm actually fine. So I'm very sad about the weather, even though I knew it would turn out like this, but it was gorgeous this morning and now it's very cloudy, and I'm just like, the month of May really wasn't great here, and I'm a bit sad about that because I'm really excited about summer. Like, at least just like the sun. I just want the sun. I'm not really excited about the heat, but the sun I would love. My partner just left to go get Oliver, and I was finishing doing some editing of a reel that I filmed this weekend because I was afraid I was going to forget all about it, which often happens to me when like on Instagram I take photos and I film a few things and then I just forget to post about it. And it's just like, I think it was because a few years back I was posting like 5 to 6 times a week, and I think I was a bit strict about it, but also putting a lot of pressure on myself, and I was not really living in the moment at all. I was just like taking photos all the time and thinking about content so much that it kind of took over my life. And then I kind of stopped for a little bit posting, and it lasted for a little bit, and now that I'm back I don't have the reflex to do it anymore, which is very sad because I do love sharing and taking photos and stuff, but I just need to get back into the habit of it whenever it feels right for me. I don't force myself to post if I don't feel like posting, but I also I'm really trying not to let content overtake my life, in the sense that if in the moment I just want to enjoy the moment, I prefer to do that rather than to film or take photos for content. It's just, now it feels like my life is a priority, and if it's a beautiful moment or really something entertaining or fun or inspiring that I want to share, I'll share, but I don't want to force myself into creating content, you know. It's just a balance that I'm really trying to have. Anyways, we were planting tomatoes this weekend and I was really excited, and I'm not really a gardening person, but I was really into it, so I filmed a little reel and I'm very happy.
Unfortunately, Oliver didn't really have a great day that day at daycare, so I felt a bit down, and it wasn't that easy to play with him that day, but he acted okay with us. He was just really overtired, so we gave him his food, we cooked an easy dinner, and we are watching Fringe at the moment, and we are loving it. I think we have like 1 season left, which I'm very sad about. After dinner really is the relaxing time of the day. I usually have already showered, but sometimes I haven't really taken off my makeup, so I do that then. I brush my teeth. I love that moment because it really feels so refreshing to me to take everything off. Then I go on the couch and I read and watch something for a little bit, and I just absolutely love that part of the day.